One of my favourite movies of all time is a movie called Crash, which won the Best Picture at the Academy Awards in 2005, and it was written and directed by a man named Paul Haggis. Sorry if I pronounced that wrong. Paul, if you're out there or watching this, I'm really sorry. Basically, he's just brought out a new movie that he wrote and directed called Third Person, and I was really excited to watch it, but I had to wait a few days before reviewing it because I needed time to think. Yeah, it's one of those movies. So with Third Person, it's kind of difficult to explain to you what it's about. Basically, there's three different stories going on at once. You've got Liam Neeson and Olivia Wilde in a hotel room in Paris. You've got Adrien Brody and I don't know the actress's name, she's a foreign actress, in Italy. And you've got Mila Kunis and James Franco in New York. Now, I can't go into too much depth about these storylines because they're very different. It would take a long time, and yeah, it was. I'm sorry, I'm not sure what to say about Third Person. I felt like it really dragged out. The movie wasn't sure what it was, whether it was a love story, a family, a drama about families and child custody. It was just. There was so much going on. You didn't really know what to focus on, what to care about. I think one of the problems with Third Person is that it's a bit of a one of those movies where they get a big cast and all these storylines that are all separate but they hit together at some point. They're all connected, and Crash was one of the movies that did that really well. One of my favourite movies of all time. It just did that so beautifully. And Third Person isn't quite like that, and all the stories are connected in a way that I kind of predicted it from the time I watched the trailer. I won't say what it is because it's a spoiler. It's a big twist ending. I kind of predicted it from the moment I watched the trailer. It was pretty. It's I think something that a lot of people would have predicted going into the movie. But the big twist at the end is still really well done, and it kind of makes you look back on the movie. And for me, even though I was bored at times, I felt like once I'd finished the movie and I'd seen the ending, I felt like it was worth it. I felt like the last, I think it's like 2 and a bit hours. I felt like the 2 hours had been well spent, and I'm glad that I watched the movie because, it's one of those movies that you want to talk about. You finish it and you want to tell your friends, hey, watch this because I want to talk about this, because it's got some really interesting ideas and it's an interesting concept. And unfortunately, I think, the movie went for too long. Not enough happened to really keep you interested. There were a fair few bits that I really enjoyed, and, for the first hour, I didn't really... the boredom doesn't really kick in until about 90 minutes in. The last 3/4 of an hour, they really start to make you want to yawn, but, then again, I watched this at, 11 p.m. at night, so that could have been a factor. Third Person was an interesting movie with an interesting concept. I'm not going to score it too highly because, it wasn't a great movie. It had a lot of potential. The movie really didn't live up to what it could have been. Put in the right hands, I think that it could have been a great movie, but I think Paul Haggis tried to, in some ways, recreate what he did with Crash, but it didn't quite work. So, Third Person, I'm going to have to go with a 7.3 out of 10. I would ask you what you thought of Third Person, but I highly doubt anyone's seen it since it was given a very limited release. I don't even think it's come out in Australia, but if you have on the off chance seen it, let us know what you think on Facebook or YouTube, and, like, subscribe, follow, the drill. Until next time, see ya.